What is going on, everyone? Riddick here, and welcome to Off the Shelf Airguns. Got a little bit of airgun news for you today, namely from Benjamin, a new airgun called the Kyro. But is it really new? Not so much. Actually, it's an airgun by a company called Reximex. They're out in a area of Turkey, and what's funny is if you saw what it looked like, you'd say to yourself, that looks awfully familiar, because it looks a lot like the Hatsan Jet. In fact, this airgun by Reximex is not available in the United States, and so therefore I think Hatsan thought to themselves, well, here's an opportunity. We can kind of rip this off, tweak it a little bit to make it our own, and release this in the States before they even have a chance to get it in the States. Now, this has been out for a couple years across other countries, but not here in the States. So Hatsan clearly took advantage of that and made their jet, which I still like. It, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I like it. But, yeah, isn't that kind of funny? Because now Benjamin is actually going to import this gun by Reximex into the United States and rename it the Kyro. Now, they do work together. The parent company of Reximex, or something like that, it kind of has a partnership with Crosman, Velocity Outdoor, whatever you want to call them today. So they have kind of a partnership with them. And so this gun, the original gun that inspired the Hatsan Jet, let's say, will be coming stateside this year. So when it arrives, it will be called the Kyro, like I said. And that'll make 3 names for this gun, because it started out that actually Reximex on their website calls it the RP. But I guess in the UK it's called the Mito. Maybe other countries it's called the Mito. Some countries it's called the RP, apparently, obviously. But it'll have a 3rd name now, the Kyro. Now, what's interesting is that being that we're getting all these, we've got the Hatsan Jet, now we're going to get this imported over here finally, which a lot of people have been wanting this imported over here, so that's finally going to happen. We now have, the Umarex Nodos, the Hatsan Jet. Now we're going to have the Benjamin Kyro, all in that same little budget-friendly PCP gun category, carbine style, pistol style, okay? So some people might just hold off on both of those and wait for the Benjamin because, they're loyal to Benjamin, or they like the Benjamin name more than anything and the quality that comes with that. And of course, Hatsan has their own problems and a reputation for bad seals and O-rings and all that stuff. I haven't personally had any problems with mine. My Jet, that's the only Hatsan I have at the moment, but it's still early on. So if we end up having problems down the road, of course, we're going to talk about that on this channel. So far, so good. Anyway, so I could see people waiting for this, and I would say probably in about 6 months' time, this will be out. That seems to be the routine with Benjamin. When they put something in their catalog, it's usually like 6 months later, summertime, fall, that it'll release. I'm hoping that being that this is all the same company, I'm hoping the Crosman 100-year anniversary guns are the same, so that we can expect them in summertime, maybe fall at the latest. I hope it's summer. And I really hope that they let us know, like give us a pre-order, something like that, anything. I know some people have said that they've gotten previous anniversary models off of Pyramid Air and stuff, and that's great, but Crosman is claiming in their catalog, if you really read it, they're claiming that these will only be available on Crosman.com. Okay, so you really got to keep checking Crosman.com. You can check Pyramid Air and all that stuff too, but from what Crosman is saying, their anniversary guns are only going to be on Crosman.com. Anyway, me going off on a tangent here, talking about completely different other things. The Benjamin Kyro, coming soon. So if you were holding off on the Jet, you were holding off on the Nodos, and you're like, you know what? What's up with this Benjamin Kyro? This looks very similar. That's because it is. One of the main differences is that the Kyro is not going to have the pick rail on the sides like the Jet does. It does have a little bit of a rail on top, but it doesn't have the pick rail on the sides. what I thought was neat is Reximex on their website actually has different colors and styles of this RP, aka Mito, aka Kyro. Hopefully Benjamin brings that into play. I really like the different colors and schemes they have going on. It's kind of cool, you know. Once again, if I got options, pretty happy about it. So yeah, stay tuned for that. The Benjamin Kyro coming soon. And I mean, I don't know if I'll pick one up. I mean, now I have the Hotson Jet and I have the Nodos. And I mean, heck, when I had just the Hotson Jet, I was like contemplating the Nodos because, you know, I already have something like that. Why do I want another one? I can see why I wanted another one now, obviously. But with this is like almost a carbon. The Jet is a carbon copy of this. I don't want to get that twisted that this particular gun here was out at least a couple years before the Jet even came out. Okay. So, and people have imported them over here, paying astronomical prices to import them. When, yeah, hey, all they had to do was wait a little bit. So, I don't know. We may pick one up just to, you know, have them for the comparisons. You know, we like to do those comparisons. So, we'll see what happens. It all depends what price point they put it at. But we're going to move on from that because there is something else by Benjamin that caught my eye. And that is called the Benjamin Echo. Now, when you look at this, it has that vibe of a Gammo arrow. It doesn't look exactly like it, obviously. It has a pistol grip here and whatnot. The forearm stock is a little shorter, and the looks like the PCP tank may be a little bigger. I don't know, but it kind of has that same vibe and form, like length maybe somewhere, and it just kind of, it reminds me of it. You know what I mean? But very interested in this, and I'm going to read a little bit about it here that they have. PCP powered multi-shot side lever hunting air rifle. Synthetic stock, of course, side cocking lever, adjustable trigger shoe, 3000 psi pressure, up to 60 shots per fill, Picatinny mount, rotary mag, 12 shot for 22, 10 shot for 25 cal. So this is going to be a 25 cal or a 22 cal, which is kind of cool. And the FPS they're claiming is 1000 FPS with the 22, 900 FPS with the 25. If we're getting close to those numbers with this, that'd be a win in my book. So I'm actually more interested in maybe checking this out when it comes out. So a little more than the Kyro maybe. We'll see, of course. I don't know if this is another Reximex gun. I don't know. I was just scrolling through the catalog and saw it, and I'm like, oh, might as well talk about this too. So, you know, hey, maybe somebody out there knows. I'm guessing maybe it is. You know, could very well be. I have not looked into it yet. Haven't looked on Reximex's site any further than, you know, the RP or the Mito, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it could be. Either way, looks interesting to me. The numbers that they're claiming, of course, are interesting. All right, now we're going to move on to some actual Crossman stuff. This is also from their 2023 catalog that we didn't touch on before when I talked about their catalog, but we're going to talk about it here. They now, this year, will be coming out with a new full auto AK pistol. So for all you full auto lovers out there that love your Crossman full autos and all that stuff, and I know there's a few that watch this channel, they really love them, and you're definitely probably going to enjoy this one. Now, I can't tell, maybe it has a folding stock, I don't know. I doubt it, considering they're calling it a pistol, but who knows, right? They're calling it a pistol, so I doubt it. Enjoy classic AK style, now in pistol format, with this semi and full auto BB powerhouse. Dual CO2 power lets fire 1400 BBs per minute at 430 FPS from a 28 round removable spring-fed magazine. With added blowback action, you'll feel the force of full auto as you let it fly. So like I said, I know a couple of my guys out there are going to be right on top of this one. They love those. I love them too, don't get me wrong, but I just know that they just adore these Crossman full autos, or any of the full autos for that matter. And who can blame them? Very cool stuff. But yeah, I figured I didn't touch on this one before, and I wanted to kind of just touch on it briefly here. Yeah, full auto AK pistol coming this year. Again, no clue on when, but it's coming soon. Also on the Crossman catalog, I wanted to talk about another one that I don't know if I touched on in my previous video. Maybe I did. I didn't touch on it maybe a whole lot. I have no idea. We're going to talk about it again real quick because I think it's something that needs to be talked about. And that is the Crosman 3677 or 3622. Now, what we're basically looking at here is a Crosman 362 only in a PCP format. Okay? It has pretty much the same body. I can't tell if the arm on it actually pumps. It doesn't look like it, obviously. It just looks like one solid stock. But yeah, this is basically the 362, only in a PCP format. Now, being there's a 3677 and a 3622, that does mean that there is a 177 caliber version of this. So, unlike the 362, there's no 177 caliber version of that. It's only 22 caliber. This will have a 177 caliber version, and that will come in at about 1000 FPS, and then the 22 about a 900 FPS. So, you know, very similar to the numbers you'd get with your 362. And it does say, great gun to introduce shooters to PCP technology. Up to 3600 PSI pressure gauge, ambidextrous all-weather stock, Picatinny mounts, integrated sound suppression. Now, this is probably something we're going to look at on the channel. I can't imagine this is going to be astronomically priced. I'm hoping this is like a great price because they're touting it being an introduced shooters to PCP technology. That's what they're touting it as. So being that the 362 is, what, $100 and some, not even that much, I'm hoping this one is maybe, you know, 200-ish. Like, stay right around in that mark. That'll be perfect for this. So, yeah, just know that. I thought that was something that we needed to discuss. If I didn't before, I don't know. I don't remember. But we're discussing it now because I think it's something that people are going to want to get into for sure. And we probably will take a look at this one, like I said, and see if it's worthwhile. Of course, once again, no clue when it's coming. I'm going to guess 6 months from now or summertime, maybe fall at the latest. So yeah, Crosman 3677, 3622, coming soon. Very interesting. And yeah, just remember, guys, I'm not going to be going over like the crazy $1,000 PCP rifles. That is not what this channel is about. This channel is called Off the Shelf Airguns. Airguns that could likely be found off the shelf for under $300. Around $300 or under. Okay? That is the kind of theme of this channel, and I'm not going to veer away from it. This seems like it's going to fall right into that category, and I hope so, because that would be perfect. That would be perfect for an entry-level PCP air rifle, especially if it holds up and, you know, acts like the gas-powered 2240 or anything like that, because obviously it's kind of built off of that same model. The 362 is built off of that same model, right? So this is probably no different. It looks no different. It just operates off of PCP. Yeah, definitely want to keep an eye on. Now finally, what I'm going to cover here is something just completely out of left field. I didn't even know about this until I saw it on Hard Air Magazine. This does come from Hard Air Magazine. It comes from when they visited the IWA 2023. And so this one's pretty interesting, folks. It is called the Black Bunker BM8. The Black Bunker BM8. Look at this thing. Now you're wondering, what is that? To me, it looked like a nail gun at first. I'm like looking at it, I'm like, what is this, a nail gun or something? No, it's actually a gun that's folded up around a carrying case, okay? Which is very interesting. The BM8 is a survival gun. It's intended entirely for preppers and outdoor enthusiasts who want a compact, easily transported survival tool. What is revolutionary is the physical format of the Black Bunker BM8. When not in use, it folds up into a triangular package that can be easily carried by hand in a rucksack or in a truck. Close up, we see that the BM8 achieves its triangular form factor by pivoting the barrel, stock, and action around a rugged storage case. I'm reading to you what the page says here, of course, and showing as we talk, you'll see the photos here. As the sections pivot out, the BM8 becomes recognizably an air gun. And so yeah, really, really neat. And there's Oh, it doesn't end there, folks. It doesn't end there. It gets even better. It gets even better, because we're going to take a look at the storage case itself. Now, the one he had in his hand was a black storage case. This one we're looking at is a tan storage case. But what's neat is when you open it up, plenty of room to store other things in there, and you'll see that loaded in there is a knife. You're like, oh, okay, there's a knife. But it's more than just a knife, because that knife can then be attached to the barrel of the gun, turning it into a bayonet. I don't know about you, but I just think that is absolutely super cool. Super cool. Yeah, very interesting. I just wanted to touch on this one real quick. Kind of crazy how it folds up around that case, and then you got the knife that turns into the bayonet. Yeah, very, very interesting. Now, what's funny is this isn't actually a airgun company. This is a paintball company that's putting this out, and it's not a paintball gun. The performance specs call for up to 1,050 FPS in .177 caliber or 850 FPS in .22. So there you go. It says it could possibly also come out in a .25 caliber. So that's also something interesting. The real question is, will it be in the affordable range? A lot of folks out there, you know, they just can't be sitting here getting every single air gun that comes out. They have to choose the one that's best for them, pick the best one they could get, and have that be one of maybe a small collection or something. Or just one really solid good one. Maybe that's all they need, that's all they want, that's all they can afford. Okay? I'm here to show you what I think is good, what I think is bad, what is passable, whatever. Like, if I think it's good, I'm going to tell you. If I think it's bad, or I have problems with it, or there's aspects of it that's I'm going to tell you, okay? I'm not going to beat around the bush and all this stuff like some channels do out there that are pretty much just commercials for the air guns. That's not going to happen here, okay? I'm not sponsored by anybody. If I was sponsored in any kind of way, I would tell you right up front, right before we even start talking, that, hey, you know, this is the way it is for this particular thing. But that's not the goal here. The goal here is to keep it real, keep it down to earth, keep it in the realm of affordability and honesty. And what I think of it, the comments section will also tell you what they think of it. You can kind of take what I say and take what the comments section says and kind of develop your own ideas about it and go from there. You know, that's what this is all about. Building a community and enjoying our hobby, and no pressure to be this or do that or whatever. So if you like this kind of thing, well, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload new videos, and hit the like button, leave a comment, share, all that stuff. If you want to support the channel, you can do so by joining the channel membership down below, and you'll get exclusive perks. You'll also get early access to every gun-related review video I do. News videos like this just go up right away, but the gun-related videos and stuff like that, you'll have early exclusive access to before they go public. I also, you know, provide members with videos that are only for members, members-only stuff, members-only posts, things like this. And if you don't want to do that, and you want to, if you like Patreon, I have a Patreon page over at patreon.com/offtheshelfairguns. You can go over there and support too if you want. You get all the same exclusive perks over there as well. Or if you don't want to commit like that, you can also just, you know, leave a super thanks below the video. There's a thanks button. You want to donate to the channel, you can leave a super thanks down there, and it would be greatly appreciated. It's not expected, folks. It's not expected. It's only appreciated, because any donations that come into the channel goes right back into the channel. All this stuff is funded out of my pocket, and any of the funds from my members and my patrons goes right back into this channel so that I can keep giving you the content that you're enjoying. So that's all it's about, folks. That's all it's about. And also, if you want to support the channel, but you want to get a physical, tangible item out of the deal, well, I do have my own store. Go to offtheshelfairguns.com, and I do have a merch store there. You'll have t-shirts you can choose from. There's a hoodie. I'm wearing the hoodie right now, and hat. You got hats you can choose from. I actually just put up a few new designs of t-shirts recently. And so yeah, if you want to support that way, you want to get a physical item out of the deal, it's right there for you. Once again, not expected, only appreciated. So that's pretty much it, folks. It's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to cover today. Just had seen these Airguns recently, and I'm like, we got to talk about this. And then, of course, I had a few I wanted to talk about before, but figured I'd save it for another video. Also, I want to leave you off with this, that videos like this news type video, okay, we're just going to do right here from my workshop from now on. Now, when we go live, we'll still be in my little virtual bunker like you guys have seen me in that I designed for the live streaming. So when we go live, we'll be in there. That'll specifically be for going live. But these news clip videos, or these news videos like this, news topic videos, what's going on in the airgun world, that are pre-recorded and uploaded, I'm just going to do them right here in the workshop. Also, these news bits will be filed under the podcast, the new YouTube podcast thing that's going on, which we already have a few things under there. So these news type videos will be also in the podcast, because they will present as an audio only podcast as well to people. But they'll still be, you still find them in this standard video list. But I'm just saying that these kind of things that we do here, these news videos, I guess, will be part of the podcast. So we're going to consider this part of the podcast as well. So that's pretty much all I got to say. With that said, catch you all down the road.